Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So on today's video, I'm going to speak about some small cap stocks that I've purchased as of today, which is 5th September 2022. I will show you live investing in these stocks also. I will also explain you by providing data to you as to why it makes a lot of sense to invest in small cap stocks. But just very quick disclaimer that this is not an investment advice. Small cap stocks are risky. So if you are a beginner in the stock market, please check some of my small cases that I have linked in the description box. Please invest via that. Your risk will go lower and you will have much better odds of making money in the stock markets. Whatever I'm talking about on this video, this is for slightly intermediate and advanced level players in the stock market. But still, if you are a beginner, you want to learn it, then please continue to watch. You will learn a lot of new techniques and tools. So let us kickstart the discussion. And first and foremost, let me prove it to you sensibly as to why is now a great time to move to small cap stocks. So for this, let me quickly take you to Nifty levels. The Nifty made its top somewhere here at 18,600-ish level. And from its top, it is roughly trading 4.5 or roughly 5% below its peak. So this is regarding the overall Nifty sentiments, Nifty 50 sentiments. But what does the data look like when we move to small cap stocks? So here is the data. So this is Nifty small cap 50. And you can clearly see that from its peak, it is still down by roughly 20-25%. So there is a lot of money to be made if there is an overall market recovery that happens and overall the markets go up, let's say to approximately 20,000, 21,000 levels, then small caps are going to recover a lot from this point and there is a lot of money to be made. So this brings us to the second question that, okay, great, awesome, small cap stocks, I want to invest, makes a lot of sense. How do I go about it? So there are two methods. One is called as individual stock picking and second is called as bulk stock picking. So I will talk about both these methods very, very briefly. So in individual stock picking, what you are trying to do is that you are trying to go and research about specific stocks, read a lot of commentary, figuring out when to take entry, when to take exit, all that hoopla is there. And even if you are an intermediate player in the stock market, you might be struggling with that. So unless you have time to figure out how to research stocks, how to study stocks properly, you understand the macros, you understand a lot about the industry, no point going to small and mid cap stocks. Why? Simply because you would struggle in terms of reading their accounting. You would not know whether the accounting is right or wrong. You would not be able to figure it out. Again, there is a lot of news-based trading that happens. Third, these stocks are extremely volatile. So if you are a beginner, intermediate level player and you start stressing that, hey, the stock is down like 20-30%, you will start panicking. So no point going there. What you should be doing is called as method number 2 and this is called as a combined investment strategy. So here what you do is that you create a portfolio of small cases on your own. You can go and create that functionality on small case itself. I have again put a link in the description box. And again, I have put a link of an Excel spreadsheet that I will talk about for the rest of the video. You literally need to copy paste that Excel sheet, pick the names of the stock, input it and create your own small case from a tracking purpose. So let me speak about this combined method in slightly more detail. And let me first and foremost take you to this Excel spreadsheet and you will see a name of bunch of stocks that I have outlined. And there are too many stocks here. And you will say that Akshat, you have gone mad that you are buying so many stocks. Okay, please listen to the entire rationale. And if the rationale does not make sense, definitely then dislike the video and move on. Otherwise, please like the video now and then we will continue the conversation. Okay, so basically the way I have gone about creating these list of stock and this is step 1 of the stock. And how did I get these numbers and how did I get the names of these stocks? Very simple. I went and studied 5 or 10 of the best small cap mutual funds. So for example, you can get access to these mutual fund list very quickly. So just go on the portal through which you buy mutual funds and type out the names. So for example, here I have opened a name called as SBI small cap fund. And here you will see the names of the stocks and their associated weights. For example, in SBI small cap fund, they have purchased Algae Equipment, which is worth almost 3.9% of the entire portfolio. And then you see a bunch of other names in the stock. So what I did was that I simply went and copied a lot of these names and I studied 4 or 5 other mutual funds, used my own analysis and picked a few of the stocks that I personally like, which is in the small cap and mid cap segments. And I was able to create this Excel spreadsheet. And if you want access to this spreadsheet, it is there on the description box. You can simply go and take a look at all the names there. So this is step 1 completed, that now we have a very good list of decent small cap and mid cap stocks. Now, why do I call these as decent small cap and mid cap stocks? Simply because of the fact that a lot of mutual fund houses have poured in a lot of research in terms of identifying these stocks. So we have created this first filter using their research. Now let us move to step 2. So what I've done here is that I have created a list of stocks that I want to eliminate. For example, you see TREPS. So TREPS is not a stock, it is a tradable security. So we eliminate that outright. I do not like some of the stocks. For example, Kalpatru Power Transmission. So I don't want to invest in it because I'm doing a swing trade on a few stocks and one of them is a power stock. Which one is it? I will reveal on some other video. But what I have simply done is that I have ended up refining this list. Now you will also see that a lot of stocks had very little position of less than 1% of the entire portfolio amount. And you will see a lot of new stocks that I have added. So these are 4 or 5 stocks that I found to be really good. So I have added those stocks. And as a result, I have been able to create this step 3 and you will see that, hey, this is the amount that I'm investing, 5 lakh rupees. You will see me investing the money as well. And this is the total amount that comes out, right? So you will see that, okay, this is the total amount that I'm going to invest across all these different stocks and it adds up to 100%. So let me very quickly recap the method so that all of us are on the same page. That number 1, I have leveraged mutual fund houses study in order to filter or create that initial filter of stocks. Number 2, I have refined that list further. And third, I have added my own flavor to that list by picking some stocks that these mutual fund houses have not picked, but those stocks I am bullish about. For example, a classic case in point would be Tarzan's. I have taken 10% position in that stock. Some other stocks, for example, City Union Bank and V-Guard Industry, I have taken slightly bigger positions. Now I have created my own basket. Now I get a lot of questions that Akshat, you are purchasing so many stocks. There are so many stocks that you have purchased. How will you track it? Very simple. Here is what the screenshot would look like. That what I have simply done is that I went on my Zerodha account, added a new watch list, and I will keep tracking this watch list. What I'm going to do is fairly simple, that when I feel that I want to buy more stocks or let's say put in 5 lakh rupee more, then I will simply go and buy these stocks in what proportion? In exactly these proportions itself. Now you might have another question for me that, hey, why do you not give your money to mutual funds itself? Okay, so here is the reason why. So if you go on this mutual fund itself, you are paying an exit load of 1%, which means that you can't really time the market. For example, if there is a massive run up that takes place in another 2-3 months in small cap and I want to exit, I will not exit thinking that, you know what, 1% exit load will be there. So what's the point of taking that charge? So that's a headache. The second charge that you will definitely have to undertake is 0.75% expense ratio. And please note that this looks like a very small amount, only 0.75%. No, it is a huge amount because you are paying this on the principal that you are investing. So the commissions are quite big. So therefore, I see value in terms of managing this Excel spreadsheet and doing a little bit of hassle in order to save all that commission and charges, because my investment amount is going to be high. And also on a side funny note, I get to mess with SBI. So hey, why not? Now here is me making a live investment and I will explain you rationale behind some of these stocks. Now there are 2-3 stocks that I want to talk about. In case there are more stocks from this list that you would want me to make specific videos on, I'll be happy to do it. So I'll make detailed videos on that. But very quickly on this video, let me explain the rationale behind 2-3 stocks. The first stock is Gujarat Narmada Valley Fertilizer. It is an excellent technical stock as of now. Why am I saying it? Because it is displaying something called as a cup with a handle patterns. This is the cup, this is the handle, and if you take this depth and stick it here, then your target at least comes out to be somewhere around 920. So this becomes my selling price and I will be exiting this stock at this particular level. Now this is one of the swing trading stocks that I have purchased. Again, a separate video would be made because I have purchased some more stocks when it comes to swing trading. trading. So I will show you that. But as per this particular strategy of buying small cap index strategy, so to say, I have just allocated 2%. But I have purchased more of GNFC from a swing trading perspective as well. So this is point number 1. A related point regarding GNFC stock is the recent stock performance and what fundamentally the company is doing as of now. So let me very quickly explain that as well. One, you will see that this is a debt-free company. And the amazing part is, and you can check this from the balance sheet, that at one point in time, they used to have approximately 4,000 crore of debt. Now that is close to zero, right? So this is point 2. Point number 3, if you take a look at the financials of the company, it is almost hitting its highest ever sales and highest ever profits over the last 1 decade. So I see no reason why this stock should not give an upswing. What is the risk associated with this stock? Guys, please listen to this part, because many a times I get the narrative that, you know what, we purchased this, next day the stock has come down. Please listen to the risk side also. The risk is that this is a government stock. I do not trust government companies much, not because I don't have faith on the government. That's not the point. The point is that government does not do business in order to make money. They can bring in regulatory changes and a lot of negative stuff can be done. Therefore, my position or exposure to this stock will not be more than 3 to 4% of my entire portfolio. So please understand this point critically. Now comes the second stock pick, which is Tarzan. I have taken a lot of position in this stock. This is not a stock that I'm going to sell. This is an investment asset for me. Now, why am I bullish on Tarzan? So let me explain 2-3 points. Then maybe I'll make an entire dedicated video on this topic. But let me very quickly take you through Tarzan, right? So you will see that this is a fairly young company and it IPO'd very, very recently. And the IPO discovery process is over. A lot of people jump into buying stocks when they just IPO. It has danced around for almost a year and now it has reached 769 rupees at its current price. Now this is despite the fact that its sales have been going up, its net profits have also been going up. And it is a fairly young company. It is in a growth industry. So therefore I am bullish about this stock. This becomes a type of a stock that I would like to buy and hold. This is not a type of stock that I would like to exit. And one of the prime reasons for that is that the industry in which Tarzan currently is, both internationally and in India, are major changes happening. So Tarzan's deal with the manufacturing of lab equipments, and you would have seen that when you use test tubes, they are made of glass. When you use beakers, they are made of glass. Now what Tarzan's is trying to do is that they are trying to come up with synthetic products and are trying to replace these glass material. There is an obvious benefit to such a move. Not only the margins will be higher, the cost of production will get lower with time, the transportation cost of equipment will come down. So all those net positive things are happening. And also the customer segment is wanting these type of products. So there is no reason why a company like Tarzan should not be growing, and this is a fundamental bet. So I just wanted to give very quick inputs on these two basic stocks. Now you would say, okay, fine, we have created the portfolio and probably we can track it also by looking at the watch list. But what if the mutual fund on whose research you have leveraged and created this kind of a portfolio, if they themselves sell it, how do we get to know? Okay, so very simple. What you do is that you go here. So this is called as morningstar.in, and here you just simply type out SBI Small Cap Fund Direct Plan Growth. And here you will get a detailed brief of the entire portfolio, that which stock was added when, what is the percentage change of that portfolio, when it was sold, when it was brought. Good news that you will notice is that this portfolio has not been rejigged over and over again, so which is a positive thing. They are not exiting too many stocks. Whatever stocks they have added, they have been holding it, which again is a good news. So that is one way you can track these stocks. The second way you can track changes in these stocks is that, for example, you have to go and open up individual stock and take a look at deals and trades here, right? So just go on shareholding patterns and take a look at deals and trade, and that data will show up that which company is buying what. Now, third method, especially if you don't have time, is that you don't necessarily need to follow this strategy. Just check some of these small cases that I've linked in the description box, and those fund managers can help you out more. So I hope you enjoyed this conversation, and I will see you soon.